Hello everybody and welcome to the FPL Crypto channel. This is the FPL 6 Picks contest for Game Week 2. If you're new to the channel, you've never played this before, it's a game week by game week contest where we choose 6 FPL players to score the most points on a given game week across 6 distinct categories. So those categories are premium pick, differential, budget defense, budget offense, gut feeling and captaincy. I'll post a link to a video at the end of this vid that will explain the rules in more detail. If you want to join in and compete, you can enter through all the social channels, Twitter, Facebook, and of course in the comment section here on YouTube. So getting to game week 1 then, there was some mega scores out there. I couldn't believe it. So pretty much I am going to give $10 worth of Bitcoin to anybody who scores over 65 points and wins the 6 Picks contest. And there were 8 people who scored over 65 points last week. No surprise, because some of the big premium options like Sterling, Kane, Salah, Aubameyang, they all performed, came in with double-digit returns, and it's killed me. So the winner from game week 1 was a Twitter entry. It was at DylanDS, otherwise known as Trent Pops. Whopping 77 points scored. Really impressive stuff by Trent Pops. All kicked off with that premium Sterling pick, 20 points, a hat-trick for him. Then you had Steady Coleman getting his clean sheet in there, and Montoya at 4.5 for Brighton getting 6 points. Billy Sharp came off the bench and scored for the 8 points in the budget offense category. Then gut feeling, obviously Kane, very popular pick last week. He performed, he scored late in the day twice to get 13 points for managers, and then 24 Salah. Salah was a great captaincy choice, probably the safest one you could go for last week. And he performed, he did not let us down. A goal and assist and some bonus for 12 points, which equates to 24 points in the 6 Picks contest. Great stuff, Dylan, congratulations. You have won the 2 prizes that are available. So you've won the first one, which is 1 month's premium access to Foomni Analytics. They're a fantastic FPL site that has a range of great tools that you can use. And you also get $10 of my Bitcoin, which I think is going to be a regular trend. You guys seem to be good and know how to pick them, so I might be out a lot of money at the end of this season. Anyway, it's on its way to you, Trent Pops. Congratulations. For a full breakdown of the Game Week 1 scores, you can head over to my Facebook page. I'll post a link to that in the description down below, and I'll have a full display. You can scroll through and find your Game Week score. A lot of great scores out there, and it's going to be hard to beat going forward for the next few game weeks. Let's move on to my picks for game week 2. Super Cup is just over. I watched Chelsea, Liverpool put them away in a penalty shootout. 120 minutes played there, which may impact in terms of rotation going into game week 2. I don't think it will too much because it's early in the season, but my picks don't really reflect that. We'll see. Let's kick on. Premium pick first. So criteria: goalkeeper or defender 5.5 million or more, midfielder or forward 8 million or more. I'm going to reveal my shortlist in each category and then reveal who my pick is for the contest entry. So my shortlist for the premium pick category this week is Aubameyang, Sterling and Kane. 3 high-end premium players, all of which returned in game week 1. Aubameyang scored in the opening game week, has Burnley at home next, historically really good against those guys. Sterling too was the highest scorer in game week 1. He had 20 points, a hat-trick. Really performed well for the opening game. 12 million and he's a price wise. I think he's 12.1 million now, so he's already risen in price. People are jumping on him. Kane then 8 attempts against Villa in game week 1. The most of all FPL players. Not the easiest of games versus City next for him, but you know, premium players tend to be fixture proof and can perform in any given game. In saying that, I've gone with Aubameyang as my pick. Pierre-Emerick is going to be playing against a Burnley team, and his record is, in the last 3 games, he's averaged 14 FPL points against these guys. He scored 2 goals in each of the last 3 games. I read a great Opta stat actually recently on Aubameyang and how lethal he has been since he joined Arsenal in the Premier League. Since the Premier League debut in February 2018, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has the best shot conversion rate at 25% of the 68 players that have scored 6+ goals in the competition. So pretty much 1 in 4 are going in for him. That's an outstanding record for a guy who plays up front and has a tremendous amount of shots on target. He's my pick for game week 2. Let's move on to the differential pick. So in this category, you're choosing a player owned by under 10% of managers. So the official team selected by percentage has to be under 10% at time of entry. And for all those, you have to just check the FPL website. Under the search, just choose sort by TSB percentage, and you'll be able to see everyone's ownership down there in order. So my shortlist for this week, I'm going with Neil Maupay, Brighton forward, Tammy Abraham, who just missed a penalty for Chelsea, and Emerson, who plays on the left wing for Chelsea too. So they're my two Chelsea players in there, and they didn't really perform too well last week against United, but there was a lot of potential in terms of FPL assets, from what I saw anyway. So Neil Maupay is 1% owned. He got off the mark for Brighton. He came off the bench, replaced Murray, and got a goal. Frenchman signed from Brentford. He has a great record, goal scoring record that he's brought with him. Still not 100% certain that he's going to start ahead of an aging Murray, but as the season progresses, he definitely will take the number 1 spot, I think, for Brighton up front. Tammy Abraham then, still only around 3% ownership there, and it looks like he's going to be Frank's number 1 pick for starting up front, based on how he chose his starting lineup against United last week. Also, good to note that Tammy didn't play all of the 120 minutes there tonight. He only came on, I think, towards the end of the game, so no impact in terms of rotation, hopefully. Emerson then, 4 goal attempts, 3 inside the box. He hit the crossbar. He gets forward just like Alonso did in his similar position last season, so definitely want to watch with Emerson. I'm going to go with Tammy Abraham. A lot of people might disagree with me here, but hey, it's my picks. I get to choose who I want. I'm going with him because he's the kinder fixture run ahead for Chelsea, and I think they'll bounce back after the United defeat last week. A little bit low in confidence, I know, after losing a major final and also getting trashed 4-0 at Old Trafford. But Abraham hit the post early in that game. He on another day, Chelsea could have walked away with a few goals at least, if not a win. And I think he represents great value at 7 million. And, I'm going to take a punt at him for game week 2. So, Tammy Abraham, differential pick. Let's look at the shortlist now for the budget defense pick. So, in this category, you're looking at a goalkeeper or defender costing less than 5.5 million official price. So, my shortlist, I've gone with Enda Stevens, Sheffield United, Montoya, and Maitland-Niles. Sheffield United have 2 wing backs that are bombing forward, and they did last season. One of them is Baldock, the other one is Enda Stevens, and they look solid defensively. They're a solid defensive unit, Sheffield United, based on that draw against Bournemouth last week. Home match against Palace next, and as I said, the wing backs are getting forward a lot. Montoya then could be a great value pick for this season. He's 4.5 million, and he's playing on the right as a wing back for pretty much out of position midfielder for Brighton at the moment, and hopefully he can keep his place going forward. Maitland-Niles then really impressed in game week 1 for Arsenal. He got that assist for the Alba goal from the right, and he likes to get forward and provide. Arsenal's clean sheet capabilities have yet to be really sternly tested. However, according to the bookies' odds this week, they are the favourites, the running favourites to get a clean sheet ahead of Man City, Liverpool, etc. There's a 50% chance of them getting a clean sheet as we go into game week 2. So definitely want to consider. In saying that, I've gone with Stevens, Enda Stevens. I liked what I saw. He passed the eye test for me. Could be the next Matt Doherty. We're all looking for that value winger, that cheap winger differential that can really bring home the points, rack up those goals and assists. Matt Doherty did it last year, and Enda Stevens did it last year. It wasn't in the Premier League. He got 4 goals and 6 assists for Sheffield United, and he found himself through on goal at one stage when I was watching the Bournemouth-Sheffield United game. So, yeah, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to punt with him for my budget defense pick for game week 2. Okay, let's look at the budget defense pick next. So this one, you're looking at a midfielder costing less than 8 million or a forward costing less than 8 million. My 3 shortlisted players for game week 2 are Anthony Martial, Teemu Pukki, and James Maddison. Martial hit 4 shots on goal, and he played in that advanced number 9 position. Price rise this week to 7.6 million. A lot of people are jumping on Martial. Pukki then, he's got a goal against Liverpool. killing all those double defense Liverpool and clean sheet points in a lot of teams. But he was kind of testament to Norwich's style of play. The manager post-match was saying that they're not going to change the way they play. They're going to keep bombing forward and attack. Okay, they might concede a little bit going at the back, but at the same time, they'll make up for it with goals scored going forward, hopefully, as the season progresses. Maddison then, 15 crosses, the most in FPL for game week 1, showing his creative capabilities right there. He also had the joint most goal attempts with 4. Disappointing Leicester really in all, but in truth, Maddison stood out. He was the most threatening player. Probably looked most likely to score. My pick this week, proud Man United fan right here. I am happy to be able to choose Martial as my budget offense pick. United had a great opening game week, very obviously. Scored 4 goals, bet Chelsea, clean sheet to boot. But what I liked most about Martial's performance was the manner of his goal. That scrappy poacher's goal he got. Pereira's cross from the right, and he just fumbled the ball in any way he could. I think it went through Kepa's legs. Doesn't matter. They all equate to the same amount of FPL points. He's known for scoring pretty goals. If he can start scoring some scrappy ones in between and bringing up that goal tally based on previous seasons, I'll be very impressed. He'll be in my team very soon. He's on my watch list right now. But in terms of my FPL 6 picks for this game week, I'm going to go with Martial as my budget offense pick. Now looking at the gut feeling pick. So in this category, there is no real criteria. You can choose anyone you want in the game. I encourage you to think outside the box and go for someone a little bit punty and risky, as I like to do. Okay, if you want to choose Sterlings and Kanes, that's fine, but usually in this category, we're looking for a little bit of a different type of pick, something a bit fun. So in saying that, I've gone for Sigurdsson on my shortlist, along with Mane and Rashford. Sigurdsson should have had at least 2 goals last week. I saw the game. One of them should have been assisted by Digne. He was cleared off the line by Van Aanholt. He's on penalties and set pieces. Mane coming back into contention. He played probably 105 minutes. Scored twice tonight in the Super League. Obviously never should be written off. Always considered 11.5 million. Great attacking asset for Liverpool. And it looks like he's back to full fitness now, based on European performance midweek. Rashford then, wow, 2 goals. He looks like he's on penalties. Awkward price at 8.5 million. I know it's going to be difficult for people to kind of chop and change and get him in if they want him. But if he continues to score like that for Man United this season, he will be a very popular striker option. Okay, so I've gone with Siggy. He's my pick for this week. And it's a lot down to the fixture too, because Watford were toothless. They were really poor last week. Dire, in fact. Created very little and got rolled over eventually by Brighton. So Siggy was a little sloppy on the ball. He wasn't really on his A game, I suppose, in game week 1, but I'm going to dismiss that slightly based on a little bit of rustiness, and I'm going to go with him again. I'm going to punt him with game week 2. He got himself into a lot of good goal scoring positions last week, so hopefully he can, I don't know, hopefully he can get more FPL points. That's what we want at the end of the day. So Siggy's my gut feeling pick for this week. Okay, captaincy choice. It's always tricky, but let's look at my shortlist first. Okay, so I've got Sterling, Salah, and Aubameyang. Sterling obviously got his hat-trick in the opening game week, 20 FPL points, highest score of last week. He gets a ridiculous amount of chances every game, it's because he plays for Man City, and they are the most attacking, threatening team in the league. He would have had an extra assist as well, but it wasn't VAR ruling out that Gabriel Jesus goal. He's gone up in price this week, 12.1 million now, justifiably so, but he has that tough fixture against Spurs. Salah then, goal and assist last week. Plays a leaky Southampton side. They didn't do too well against Burnley last week either, so it's going to be hard to kind of dismiss Salah. He did play 120 minutes in the Super Cup 2. Will he get rotated? I don't think he will. I think it's too early. He's a fit guy, so I can't choose Aubameyang because even though he's an amazingly stellar record against Burnley, I've already chosen Aubameyang in my premium category. I think he's a great valid captaincy option this week. I'm going to go with Salah again. While Aubameyang historically does well against Burnley, I just think Salah is going to get more chances against Southampton, and he's done well against them too. I think he's got 5 goals in the last 3 games against them, so he's got a really good record. I'm going to go with the Egyptian again for the armband. I had him last week. I think he's going to be my captain in my FPL team also. I'm going to wait for the press conferences in terms of my team though, because I want to see what Klopp says, whether there's a bit of tiredness there. And it was very humid in Istanbul on Wednesday night, so maybe a little bit of fatigue and jet lag kicking in for the Liverpool players and the Chelsea players also, obviously. But Salah has got the armband, so let's take a look at my 6 picks for game week 2. Here's the summary right here. I'm pretty happy with my selections. You guys are on the money every week. You seem to know what you're doing. So head it away. Comment section's open. The game week contest has begun. You can post your own picks. You can go over to Twitter and post them on there, hashtagging FPL Crypto, or you can go onto the Facebook page and write up a post on the wall there. So 3 easy ways to enter. 2 great prizes to the Foomni Analytics extra subscription for a month, and then $10 of Bitcoin if you score over 65 points and win. I'm going to keep my mini league open for maybe another 3 or 4 weeks, not too long, but you can still join. The code for that is CUUY35. I'll put it somewhere on the screen here so you can see. Apart from that, I wish you all the best of luck for game week 2. It's great to get FPL back. We have it for another 10 months or so. And I hope for this game week coming that your arrows will be nice and green, and that your 6 picks will be successful, and you get some more cryptocurrency off me. Well, to my detriment, but it's good to see you guys do well. So let's kick on. I'll see you all soon. I might do another video for my game week 2 team confirmation. I did a draft type of I did a summary for game week 1 and my thoughts for game week 2. Probably going to roll a transfer next week. But I'll post something up that's more kind of defined coming towards the deadline there, probably Friday night. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all soon.